I know, it really is handy. Okay, first of all, thank you guys for coming. As you notice, I have you all sitting in dialysis chairs. You're probably wondering why I have your arms taped to the chair. Well, that was my attempt at getting a captive audience. Actually, the real reason is because I wanted you to be able to relate to the people whose lives are dependent on dialysis treatment. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Angela Steinbrecher. I've been an RN for 10 years. I've worked here in dialysis for the last 6. Of those years, the last 3, I've been a certified dialysis nurse. In order to help you better understand what hemodialysis is and how it works, I'm first going to explain to you normal kidney function, and then explain to you how dialysis sustains people's lives by filtering wastes, removing excess fluid, and balancing electrolytes in those with renal failure. So to begin, we'll first talk about normal kidneys. We each have 2 of them. Most people, you can survive with 1. They're located in your back, approximately the size of your fist on each side of your spine, below your rib cage. We all know that our kidneys are involved in producing urine, but what we may not realize is the complex filtration process that our blood goes through in order to maintain the perfect balance of fluid and electrolytes. Kidneys also help maintain normal blood pressure, produce vitamin D, and produce red blood cells. So why do we care about normal kidney function or kidney disease if our kidneys are working fine? According to the National Kidney Foundation, 1 in 3 adults are at risk for kidney disease. Out of the 26 million people who have kidney disease, most of them don't even know it. And the leading cause of kidney disease, what do you think it is? Diabetes and blood pressure are the leading causes. According to the American Kidney Fund, kidney disease is the 9th leading cause of death in the United States. And the CDC National Vital Statistics Report on Death in 2013 shows us that kidney disease kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer. I don't know about you, but those are some pretty alarming statistics. Now that we know what normal kidneys do and the risk of kidney disease, let's briefly discuss the progression of kidney disease. There are 5 stages. Stage 1 is normal kidney function. As the stages increase, the damage to your kidneys is also increasing. What stage you're in is determined by lab values. Also, what stage you're in determines what type of therapy. The treatment is not the same for each stage. When chronic kidney disease progresses to a point where kidneys are no longer able to sustain life or do their job well enough, an individual is diagnosed with stage 5 kidney disease or kidney failure. There is no cure for kidney failure. The treatment is a transplant or dialysis. There are several different options for dialysis. Hemodialysis, which is what we're going to talk about today. It uses a machine to clean the blood, just like the ones you're sitting next to. It also removes fluid, as I've said, and balances the electrolytes. Hemodialysis is available in an outpatient treatment center, just like this one. It's also available as home therapy. Some people do it at home. The other type of dialysis that's available is peritoneal dialysis. In peritoneal dialysis, the individuals use their abdominal cavity as the filter instead of an artificial kidney on the machine. So as I've said, we're going to discuss hemodialysis today. Hemodialysis is a treatment that replaces some of the kidney function. It does not replace all of your kidney function. We give medications to help with things like the blood pressure. The fluid removal helps with that as well, but we also give vitamin D and medications to increase red blood cells. So how does it work? The machine's going to pump blood through a filter, which is an artificial kidney called a dialyzer. That's what that little long thing next to you is. This is a dialyzer, or an artificial kidney. Inside of it, there's hollow fibers, and we'll show you those in a little bit. But in order to first clean your blood, you have to have access to the blood system. How do we get that? Well, that's achieved by a surgical procedure where they place what's called a fistula, or a graft, or a catheter. Fistula is a process of connecting an artery to a vein. A graft is a process of using a tube, artificial tube, to connect the artery to the vein, and then a catheter is placed, is a tube that's placed directly into a large vein, usually in your neck. Fistulas and grafts typically go in their arm, but they can go in your legs as well. To start the treatment, we're first going to insert 2 needles. They're connected to blood tubing that's connected to the dialyzer. It'll go through the dialyzer where it's cleaned and then return to the patient through the upper needle. The bottom needle is the arterial, that's the one we pull blood from. The top needle is called the venous, that's the one we return blood back to the patient, the clean blood. Approximately 2 cups of an individual's blood is outside of their body during dialysis. Dialyzers are semi-permeable membrane. What does that mean? There's 2 parts to it. One part that holds the blood, one part that holds the cleaning solution. These two products never combine. They just simply pass by each other in opposite directions. This creates a pull from the fluid that's moving the fastest. It creates a pull, kind of like when you're a kid. You're sitting in the bathtub and you're spinning the water in a circle, and then you go the opposite direction. You can feel that pull. That's kind of the mechanism that's behind pulling some of the excess fluid, or it helps to pull those fluids. Semi-permeable also means that only certain molecules can get through that membrane, and those molecules are determined by size. The dialyzer prevents large molecules like red blood cells and protein from passing, while allowing things like fluid, excess potassium to be pulled into the dialysate fluid and discarded out the drain from the patient's body. Hemodialysis treatments last an average of 4 hours, and the individuals who require them have to come every other day, which is usually 3 times a week. They get a weekend just like we do, 2 days off. And that's for the rest of their life and until they can find a kidney transplant. In conclusion, hemodialysis is a complex, life-sustaining, life-altering treatment in which individuals suddenly find themselves dependent upon a machine to survive. As you sit here today in these dialysis chairs with your arms fixed to the side, I did that just so that you can, whether you're a healthcare worker or you might have a family or a friend or know someone who has to go through dialysis treatment, perhaps in addition to appreciating the medical advancements that allow us to provide such a life-sustaining treatment, I hope that you can also appreciate the hardship that those individuals have to endure by having to have dialysis. That's it. I miss a few.